Okie dokie. I am Dave. This is my kitchen, and today we're going to be cooking low carb, protein based pancakes. So to make our pancake base, we're going to be making a dry mix and then a wet mix, combine the two, and then we'll get to cooking them up. Our protein base of our pancake is going to be coming from almond meal. You can use almond flour if you like, if that's easier for you to get. We want 4 tablespoons of almond meal. I've got a tablespoon scoop here. 4 tablespoons of almond meal. We want 1 tablespoon of coconut flour. Coconut flour you can find in the supermarket in your baking section. And then we want 1 tablespoon of arrowroot. This is flour replacement, gluten-free, very important, binds it all together. And then we want 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. So just got a 1/2 teaspoon scoop here, so I do 3 of those. And a pinch of salt. I like a pinch of salt. You don't have to put salt in there if you don't want. You can trial it with and without. Okay, that's as simple as that for our dry mix. Just give that a little stir around. Put that to the side, and then we are gonna make our wet mix. These are 700 gram eggs. So I find that 3 is good for 1 adult, but you times this recipe by how many big, hungry adults you have there. And then we just want 1/4 cup of milk. You can use whatever milk you like. I just have regular milk here. And then we have 2 tablespoons of Greek yogurt. Adding the yogurt helps give us a nice fluff to our pancakes. And then we just want 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract. So then you want to take a whisk. If you don't have one of these, I would use a fork. And then we just want to whisk our wet mix until those eggs, milk and yogurt are all mixed together nicely. You want to be giving them a nice frisk like that so you can see some bubbles. Get those eggs nice and aerated. Then we just pour our dry mix in like so. And then whisk again. Okay, now we've got our pancake mix. Let's cook them. I like to cook my pancakes on a medium heat, just warming it up on 7. We've got the butter nice and even in our pan. If you've got a ladle, soup ladle, they're great for pouring pancakes. So just in the middle like that. And then I put the lid on, so the top of the pancake can steam. The butter's starting to get a little brown around the edges, so I think I'm ready to turn the stove right down to 5. So now we are right bang middle heat. So when you've got some good bubbles in the middle and the edge of your pancake is looking firmish, it's time to flip it. Now I only leave the lid on while I am cooking the first side. Once I've flipped the pancake, I leave the lid off for the second half because the top doesn't need to steam anymore. So now we are off to the races. So now we have a good looking stack of pancakes, ready for some toppings and more importantly, some eating. Let's get it. I am gonna put some butter on my pancakes and I have some sugar-free maple syrup. This one's from Canada, eh? And I have prepared earlier this delicious, protein-based, sugar-free, low-carb ice cream. Let's chuck this ice cream right on the top of our stack. And then I'm going to get my maple syrup and I'm going to generously pour it all over that bad boy. Oh yes, sirree. Some ice cream. If you would like the recipe and the how-to on how to make this ice cream, which is also vegan and gluten-free by the way, hit this link there and we will get to making some of that. If not, chuck us a sub and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.